Hi, my name is Brandon Jantz. I'm the owner of Temecula Football Club. Really just a local kid that grew up in this area back in the 80s and 90s and fell in love with this game and the community. I was very lucky to be able to move out of this community, out of high school, and sign a professional contract as a player. I was blessed to be able to play 6 years professionally. Got to travel all over and live all over the US, and got to live over in England as well, up in the north. Got to travel all around the UK, meet a bunch of great people, and when I was done playing, I moved back home from England and I settled back in here in Temecula. It's really where I feel, most comfortable, and where I feel, I want to raise my family. So when I got married, my wife, who has, been with me through some of my professional career, and then into living here and having 4 kids in the community, we're all very much involved. My wife is on the PTA, one of my kids on the school board, or ASB, I think is what they call it. So we're all very much involved in the community. We do as much as we can, and we want the football club to be the same way. It's really what I remember from being in England was a big difference. When I was playing professionally here in the US, the football club really wasn't a part of the communities, and they're still kind of really not in a way, as much as they are in England. Really the mood would change. I lived up in Newcastle depending on the results, and if a player signed that was a good or a bad player, whatever it was, like the mood shifted in the whole community, and you could see how the community would just be lifted by results in the games and being able to go to the games. And I really wanted that feeling here when I came back. When I returned, we didn't have a team. There's youth soccer all over the United States, from recreational level to travel level or whatnot, but that doesn't bring in the community. That's just for the kids and the parents. I wanted something that really people could get behind and have that same feeling I had when I lived in England, that really made me feel a part of something much bigger than myself. And it helps with a lot of social issues and gives people identity and gives them a place to come together in their community and feel a part of something. When you're wearing the local team's top down the street and somebody stops to chat with you for 5-10 minutes about the team, about the game last weekend or whatnot, that's something where you don't get that interaction here in our country yet, and especially here in our city, and we want to be able to bring that here. It's very, very important to me that when people around town see Temecula Football Club's crest, or they see the van driving around, or they see a player in their training gear, that they feel that they can talk to that person, ask them how the club's doing, and the community feels a part of what we're doing. That's massively important. So all of our players, all of our coaching staff understand how important it is that we share that with our youth players, and they know that they're a major part of the community, and they've got to act right out in the community and do what's best and lead by example. Our first team players know the same thing. When they're out and about, they respect everybody in the community. They respect our sponsors. They respect the other players, the youth players, and they respect everybody else around, to really try to build that feeling of really like we're in this together as Temecula, not just as our club, but we're in this together as a community. The We Funder, which we're working on now, is really to bring that all together. It's been years in the coming, at least 5, when we first started the idea of having the club being supporter owned. It's not something common here in our country whatsoever. I think anybody that knows any sports here in our country, that it would be American football, the team Green Bay Packers, which is owned by the community. That would be probably the only one anybody would really even know about. So they might not even know that it's possible. But we really want it to be supporter owned, supporter driven, that people don't just come out to the games, buy a ticket, buy a scarf, some of the merchandise, and that's their investment. That's it. We want them to feel that they have a part, feel that they have a vote, feel that they have a direction in where we're going, and also get a return on that when we move forward and we're profitable and the game grows in our country, that they've really helped lift the club up. And that's something that's massively important with me, because I want them to have pride and ownership as well. Not just, I support the local team, but I'm a part of the local team. I give to it, whether it's, with my investment or with my ideas, and with talking to neighbors and bringing people along, and really start to build that tight-knit, togetherness, and start the conversation of, where do we want to go with this? How high do we want to go with this club? And, taking Temecula, and putting it really on the map in the football world, not just in our community and not just in the United States. And that's something that we want good people around that have great ideas that will really add to what we're trying to achieve here. Riverside County Cup is coming up this Saturday, which is very exciting. It started 4 years ago now. 2017 was the first year, and it was pretty much started because our league season was short. Our league season was only about 6 months. Our players wanted more, our supporters asked for more, and we really needed to be out in the community more and have more games. And so me and one of the other MPSL teams decided, well, let's do a cup competition for Riverside County. So any of the top teams that wanted to enter in could enter in. We've always hosted it, me organized it. You play home and away against the other team. This weekend's our home game, so we're going to host Torres Neza, USA, out of Riverside. And so they're going to come in and play us, and then we're going to go and play them at their home. And pretty much, it's that basic. But it gives you the bragging rights for who's the best team in Riverside County for that year. And we've won it 2 out of the 3 times. This last year, it was off because of COVID, unfortunately. But we wanted to win it again this year. The players, the staff are all very well aware. At this level, the only thing that matters is winning. And it's very important that the boys put in everything on Saturday to make sure they get a result.